The man who walked on water. Long ago, in a land called Galilee, Jesus lived. He was a teacher who loved people. He helped the sick, fed the hungry, and taught about God. His friends, called disciples, followed him everywhere. They were men like Peter, a fisherman, and John, a quiet thinker. They saw Jesus do amazing things, but one night they learned something new. One day, Jesus spoke to a big crowd by a lake called the Sea of Galilee. He told stories about love and kindness. The people listened, sitting on the grass. The sun was hot and the day was long. By evening, the crowd was tired. Jesus said to his disciples, "Go to the other side of the lake. I will pray alone." The disciples nodded. They got into a wooden boat and rowed away. Jesus climbed a hill, sat down, and prayed under the stars. The Sea of Galilee was calm at first. The disciples rowed, their arms strong. Peter sang a song, and John laughed. But soon the sky turned dark. Clouds covered the moon, a strong wind blew, and waves hit the boat. "Hold on," Peter shouted. The boat rocked hard. Water splashed inside, soaking their clothes. The disciples were scared. "This storm is too big," John said. They pulled the oars, but the waves were stronger. "Are we going to sink?" another disciple cried. The storm grew worse. Lightning flashed, and thunder roared. The boat felt small in the giant waves. Peter, who was brave, looked pale. "Where's Jesus?" he asked. The disciples prayed, "God, save us." They fought the storm for hours, their hands tired. The boat was far from land, lost in the dark. They felt alone, their hearts heavy. "Will we die?" they wondered. In the middle of the night, something strange happened. The disciples saw a shape on the water. It looked like a man walking on the waves. The wind was loud, but the man was calm. The disciples froze, their eyes wide. "It's a ghost!" John screamed. Peter grabbed an oar, ready to swing. "Stay away!" he shouted. The others shook, hiding in the boat. Their fear was bigger than the storm. Then a voice came through the wind. "Don't be afraid. It is I, Jesus." The disciples gasped. "Jesus?" Peter said, his jaw dropping. They looked closer. It was him. Jesus walked on the water, his robe blowing in the wind. His face was peaceful, like the storm was nothing. The disciples were confused. "How can he do this?" John whispered. Their fear mixed with wonder. Peter stood up, his legs shaking. "Lord, if it's you, let me walk to you," he called. Jesus smiled. "Come," he said. The disciples stared. "Peter, don't," John said. But Peter was bold. He stepped out of the boat, his foot touching the water. He didn't sink. He walked toward Jesus, one step, then another. "I'm doing it," he shouted, laughing. The disciples cheered, their fear fading. But then Peter looked at the waves. They were tall and wild. The wind roared in his ears. Fear came back. "I'm going to fall," he thought. He started to sink, his arms waving. "Lord, save me!" he cried. Jesus ran to him, grabbing his hand. "Why did you doubt?" Jesus asked, his voice kind. He pulled Peter up, and they walked to the boat together. The disciples' mouths were open. "He saved him," they said. Jesus climbed into the boat with Peter. The wind stopped. The waves became calm. The sky cleared, and stars shone again. The disciples sat quiet, looking at Jesus. "Who is this man?" they whispered. "Even the storm listens to him." Peter, wet and cold, smiled. "I was scared, but you helped me," he said. Jesus nodded. "Trust me," he said. "Faith makes you strong." The boat reached the shore safely. The disciples were tired but happy. They sat on the sand, eating bread. Jesus told them, "Don't be afraid of hard times. God is with you." They nodded, their hearts full. The story of that night spread. People heard about the man who walked on water. "He must be special," they said. The disciples followed Jesus more closely, believing in him. Jesus did many miracles, but the night on the water was special. It showed his power and love. Peter was afraid, but he tried. When he fell, Jesus helped him. This story teaches us about faith and courage. Life has storms, problems that scare us. But if we trust and try, we can find strength. Jesus showed the disciples that even in the dark, hope is near. Like Peter, we can take a step even when it's scary.